Hello, this is Max from Mediasearchprogram. I hold my social links down below. I thought I'd pretty much start a new tech segment called Let's Tech Talk or just Tech Talk, one of the two, I'll name it, where I pretty much talk in front of a camera like I'm doing right now, and I give you my honest opinion and thoughts about these new technologies that are coming out, and I await your responses really. A bit of a community engagement. This is what I'm sort of after. I want to know what you think about this tech, your thoughts and the rest to build up the community and whatnot. Thought it'd be a pretty cool idea. Now let's get started with the first thing, the Microsoft Surface Studio. What is it? Well, on the screen, as you can tell, we have this new product from Microsoft, which they'll be utilizing NVIDIA's GPU, as you can tell the GeForce experience over here. It'll have a 28-inch pixel sense display, Core i5, i7 Intel Core processor, and up to 4 GB of GeForce GPU, with an additional 32 GB of RAM. So you're pretty much looking at display, storage, dimensions, and connections and expansions. It looks pretty awesome. You'll get 4 of USB 3 ports, 1 high power port, so you can probably charge your mobile devices, full SD card reader, which is pretty awesome, mini display port, and a 3.5mm headset jack, where you can either connect your headset or your speakers. Either way, it looks pretty darn cool if you ask me. Storage is 1 or 2 terabyte rapid hybrid drive. And display will feature 192 dots per inch and a 10-point multi-touch and a 3:2 aspect ratio. So you're pretty much getting a lot of things out of it. Now, question is $3,000 for the starting price worth it? Question is, what do you get for $3,000? For $3,000, you're going to get a resolution of 4500 by 3000, and you're also going to get 10-point multi-touch, as I just described to you. You can color set in sRGB, vivid color profiles, supports pen and zero gravity hinge. Memory for the base model is going to be 8 GB memory. You're going to get a Core, I believe from reading this other website, you'll get a Core Intel i5, a GTX 965M. Question is, why has Microsoft gone from NVIDIA instead of ATI? I don't know. As I said to you before, this video is about engaging the community, starting some discussion about these new products and giving everyone an opinion and thoughts. So if you have any idea why they've gone for NVIDIA, comment down below. I'm more than interested to find out and definitely respond to any inquiries you may have. Now, the top model is priced at $4,300. $4,300. That's a fair bit of money if you ask me. Question is, why so much? And is it really worth $4,300 for the top end, which will give you a 32 GB RAM, 2 TB hard drive, a Core i7, and a GTX 980M? So that is my question. Is it really worth that price point? Now, this is going against the iMac 5K Retina display, which has a IPS in-panel switching technology for the display and a Retina display, which is fantastic. Now, that 5K iMac 27-inch starts at around about $2,300. It gives you 8 GB of RAM, I believe, 1 TB hard drive, Core i5, and an ATI R9 N380. So if you ask me which one's better, I'd like to give both of them a try. I have seen in one shop where I bought my Audio-Technica microphone, one of the iMacs, and they are stunningly brilliant. I'm not going to deny that. They are brilliant. However, the Surface Studio, I have not seen it. I have not tried one. I'd love to try one. So I can't give you a true opinion if I think it's garbage or not. I can't tell you that. What I can tell you is that it looks to me like a fantastic, professional, well-done product, well-built product. However, I like to try one to see what it's really like. Now, should you go buy an iMac or a Surface Studio, that is entirely up to you. Me personally, if I could choose one of the two, I'd have to go with the iMac for the simple reason of I haven't tried a Surface Studio, so I don't really know about it. Although the only thing I can comment on my decision would be the base at Mac is very famous for multimedia production and also cinematic production, and they're very famous for photography and the insane good quality displays, and it is cheaper than, of course, Surface Studio. But if I don't try one, I couldn't give you 100% answer on that. Now, moving on to another topic is security in Wi-Fi. Now, I'll just do a quick, brief explanation here about this topic, why I chose it. Now, in all fairness, I know that a lot of people may not understand Wi-Fi, or there may be confusions here and there. So let me just clarify it. If you haven't seen my What is Wi-Fi video, you can click over here up there somewhere, and you can watch it, and it'll explain to you what is Wi-Fi. Australia invented it. Go Australia for that. And the rest. Now, just a few quick little tips on how to secure your network. After reading this article, I said to myself, it's not bad, it's pretty good, but here's a few little quick tips. Never really take a router from your ISP when they give it to you under contract. If you want to take their routers, you can. However, I would not recommend it based on when an ISP normally sells you a router from them by default. It doesn't come with all the gadgets and all that other security technology inbuilt. Some of them will, some of them won't. It's just rebranded for the ISP itself. So you're not sure if, I cannot guarantee that you'll get all the features of the original actual product brand. You may not, it depends. An example could be like a firewall. The original product could have like a firewall with 5 different features. The rebranded version has a firewall with 2 features to make it easier for the consumer. That could be problematic for you. Depends on your situation, and also depends on the requirements. Now, the second part I want to get into as well is username. Whenever you got a router from an ISP or you just bought one, always change the username and password. For instance, I can Google just brand X as a router, default username and password, and it'll spit it out to me on Google. It will tell me what it is. Always change it. Change the username to, I don't know, the Dolphin 001, whatever. I don't have that. I'm just giving you an example of something that you could do. Make it complicated, the username and password. That allows you not to get done. Second thing as well, set a maximum number of try-ins when they log in. So if after 5 attempts they get wrong username or password, kick them out. Make they get that MAC address or that IP address that they come in, if it's not spoofed, hopefully, will be terminated pretty much. Another thing you can do is change the default IP address of the router. Instead of having like the default factory IP address is 192.168.0.1 or 192.168.1.1, change it to something else. Change it to, I don't know, 192.168.0.55, whatever, but make sure it coincides with your subnet mask. If it's a /24, you'll have 254 possible addresses, 1 to 254. 255 will be your broadcast, and 0 will be your network ID. Sorry that I've gone a bit too technical, but if you understand where I'm coming from, you'll understand my concept. Now, just quickly touching more on online shopping and ransomware. I will just briefly describe what ransomware is, but I'll definitely do a more detailed on that. Ransomware, I have seen it, is something that's popping up more and more lately. Pretty much what it is a virus that gets into your computer when you execute any sort of executable program, and that pretty much encrypts your computer up, and until you pay the money, they do not give you a special key to unlock your machine. That's how it pretty much works. So imagine being in a bank, like in a Swiss bank or whatever bank there is, and the person who's just given you ransomware has his very own key to unlock your vault. However, you need another key. Now, if you pay the money to get that key, his master key with your key, they can both unlock. So you're initially paying for a key to unlock the second lock on the same safe. So 2 locks, you need 2 keys, one for him, one for you. You pay the money, you get the key, you can both unlock it. That's ransomware, but I'll do more in-depth explanation on that. Now, just quickly before I end the segment here, I want to talk about online shopping, about this article, and some friends has asked me what's the story with this article on online shopping about HTTPS and credit card theft. Now, as you can tell, there's a lot of online shopping going on lately, and it's getting more popularity, but I will tell you one thing, Sean, the best way to stay safe in online shopping is always make sure that you have an antivirus on your computer, you have a good quality firewall on your computer, and you make sure that you don't go to any nasty websites that can inflict damage on your machine. Always be in a safe side. That's rule really number 1. Number 2, don't share any of your credit card information or any sort of that information. And if you're going to be going to a dodgy website where it's a bit weird, just leave, because they can inject a virus into your computer on a website, into your computer, And then once they do that, you may have an antivirus that may not pick it up, which can happen. I'll make a video on that as well. And what can happen next is that you're compromised. Even though many websites say, oh, you can trust us because we're 100% secure, you can never trust that, because if someone's already infected your computer and you go through the checkout, even though the checkout is encrypted, which pretty much means that you're protected, you're not really protected, because if the virus is already inside your computer and you're already infected, it doesn't matter if you're going to go to a secure checkout, you're already infected. You can't stop that from happening. It's a bit like going through a tunnel. The tunnel says that it's 100% clean. There's no gases inside the tunnel. However, if the door on the other end has had just a little bit of a crack and gases got in, it doesn't matter what tunnel you go through, the gas is already inside. There's no such thing as security, so always be careful. I know I'm probably confused a few people about that. I'll do a video more in depth, but just be careful with credit cards. Keep information to yourself. Don't ever have your credit card details on your computer saved, because someone will try and break into your machine unlawfully and get your information. And there's no such thing as a secure gateway either. But that'll be for another video. I hope you've enjoyed the video. Please definitely leave some feedback, interesting comments down below, and I'll be more than happy to look at them and respond back. And this is pretty much my first episode on tech thoughts and the rest, and I hope you enjoyed really. And if you like it, subscribe, help me grow bigger, and like the video. I really would appreciate that, and thank you very much again.